What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Your Diva in Knowledge, Lady Mocha representing Mocha's Ladies Lounge. Big ups to all of my ladies. Again, I want to thank each and every one of y'all for subscribing to the channel, specifically for Black women to empower Black women. No, this is not a male bashing channel. This is not a feminist channel. This is a positive movement for Black women to teach us how to become better versus becoming bitter. So big ups to all of my ladies, my female subscribers. Again, I thank y'all for subscribing to my Mocha's Ladies Lounge channel. Again, this is a space specifically for women, which I know guys who have been subscribing and peeping in, basically creeping up in here and listening to the content. And you know what? I am perfectly fine with that. If it's going to help men to be able to identify with us a little bit more, as long as they're not coming in here talking crazy or doing anything out of pocket, I can care less. If they want to subscribe and peep in from the bushes, it's all good. Maybe they can learn something, so it is what it is. So I thought it was very imperative that I did this particular recipe today on the menu. Black women need to stop demanding respect. I thought it was very imperative that I did this particular topic because it's just way too many women that are going in man spaces, that are going in places where they feel like they have to constantly um, demand respect. They have to be heard, and I'm noticing a lot of it in the YouTube sector, that you have these women that are also creating their own feminist spaces where they feel like they have to constantly articulate how much they don't feel that they are being respected by Black men, that they feel like they're not being acknowledged by Black men. It's a lot of Black women that are in their feelings because they don't feel like there are enough brothers within the Black YouTube sector that are respecting Black women. And the truth of the matter is, that's why I'm speaking on this particular topic, is that um, it's just far too many of us as Black women. We are constantly seeking to be acknowledged. We're seeking to be respected. And the truth of the matter is, you're not going to always get that respect. And that's just the truth of the matter. And I think once Black women once they come to the realization that no matter how polite you are, no matter how respectable you are, you can even be the type of woman who sits in a corner and you don't say anything. It's going to always be that one disrespectful guy that's going to get out of character, that's going to try to press you and say something out of pocket or do something out of pocket to make you bring out that evil Black woman part of you that um we all know we have it, but it's always going to be a certain type of dude that's going to challenge you, and he's going to try to provoke you so that evil bitter Black woman spirit could lash out and get on this hiatus where I'm a queen, you need to treat me as such, you need to respect me, you don't need to be talking to me all kind of way, you need to acknowledge me, you need to understand my feelings. And the truth is, there's going to be guys out there that's not going to respect you, period. Does not matter. And that is what I'm trying to make Black women understand. You do not need to be going all up in these man spaces. As soon as a Black man has an opinion about Black women, you have to come out your mouth and voice your opinion. Everything does not everything doesn't need to be addressed. Everything does not deserve a comment. It's been several times I've gone in certain man spaces, just peeping for the clouds, peeping for the bushes. Because for one, I don't even go in these type of spaces where you have brothers that are just constantly, verbally bashing black women. I don't go in them spaces, because at the end of the day, that's his platform, that's his channel. He has every right to discuss what he wants to discuss. Doesn't matter if I don't like it. It doesn't matter if it makes me feel some type of way. It doesn't matter if I am offended by the content that he is speaking upon. At the end of the day, that is his house. Just like, the way I perceive it is people's channels are like their houses. It's like their personal home. I'm not going to go up in somebody's house and tell them how to raise their children. I'm not going to go in another person's house and tell them how they need to talk to their wife or how they need to talk to their husband. What they do in their house is their own personal business. That's the way I look at it with the black YouTube sector. I don't go in certain brothers' houses. I don't go into certain brothers' homes in the black YouTube sector because I know if I step in that stuff in there and I have a difference in opinion, it's basically going to be like a kitten walking up in a tiger's den. You're going to get verbally bashed. You're going to get verbally attacked because you have to realize a lot of these spaces are male dominant spaces. And the mistake that a lot of us make as black women, you go up in there, some of us, not all of us, but some of us, let's keep it real. We go up in there seeking attention, seeking validation. You try to be cool with these guys, some of these guys, especially the most popular ones in the black YouTube sector, the ones that are really doing phenomenally well in their space. Sometimes as women, we have a hidden agenda. All of us are not there to learn from black men on how we can better ourselves as black women or how we can better having better relationships with black men. All women ain't going in these spaces for that particular reason. You have some of these women that are going in these spaces for validation and attention. They want to get close to the dude that is operating the channel, the boss of the channel, the one that is luring this large subscribers, this large fan base. That's the brother they want to get close to. It's called cloud chasing. We hear about it all of the time. So a lot of these females don't have a real agenda when they go in some of these male spaces. And you have to realize if you go in there with a hidden agenda, eventually it's going to reflect, it's going to show. Because the moment, um, you know, these guys speak on subjects that are sensitive to you, that hit close to home, it's going to make you feel some type of way. For instance, if you are a single mother and let's say your children's fathers, just an example, don't have a connection with your children, and you're the type of woman, you've always extended that invitation for the father of your children to be a part of their lives. You've never been a drama queen. You never did anything malicious to prevent that man from having a connection with the child, and you've always tried to extend that to him. And here it is, you're going in this chat room and his brother speaking on single mothers, basically saying how, single mothers, they have low self-esteem, women that got children didn't make the best of choices in choosing the right type of father. Because let's be honest, you got guys that speak on this a lot. Hell, I've even spoken on it. And again, if this subject hits close to home, like the example that I just gave you, it's very easy to get offended by it. And I think the problem with the majority of us as black women, we can't handle our toes getting stepped on, especially when we are in those situations that these brothers are speaking upon, that these brothers are addressing. It could be very, very touchy. And if you're one of those women, you're quick to get offended, I advise you to not go up in these male spaces. Because when you go up in these spaces and you're trying to make them understand your point of view, well, not all black women are like that. Not all single mothers are like that. But not all independent black women are like that. Anytime you have to articulate that all black women are not like the narrative that brother, that black man is promoting on his channel, you already putting yourself out war. Because the last thing any of these brothers want to hear is a female, even if what she's saying makes sense, and they're doing content about black women who don't have their ish together. They don't want a black woman coming up in their chat room trying to justify anything. You are wasting your time. You are wasting your breath. If he's doing content, this is just an example. If you go into a black YouTube male space and they're talking about black single mothers, and you know you are a black single mother, and that's a weak area for you, you don't really care for men to really speak upon that because you're not in a good space with your child's father, or maybe you did make a bad decision and you got knocked up from a bum, a better male, or whatever. You know, anytime it comes to that type of subject, it's going to make you feel some type of way. So why would you go into a space where they are addressing that particular issue, and you know that's a sensitive, that's a sore spot for you? Why would you indulge in that? It's been a couple of times, even me being a content creator, I've peeped into certain male spaces and I've heard them speak upon certain subjects that are close to me, that are like a soft spot for me in certain areas. And all I do is I don't go in there looking to create a war. I don't go in there pushing my own narrative. I don't go in there trying to promote a narrative, because 9 times out of 10, if a brother's already on a specific subject in which he wants to address a certain issue about certain black women, and he's not asking for us to give an opinion. It's different if he's giving you that open floor to say, this is how I feel about black women. Is there any black women who want to share their opinion in the chat? You're welcome to do that. If you want to call in, and he's asking you politely, you know, he's not calling you in because he's not giving you the invitation to call in so he can clown you or embarrass you or make a fool out of you in front of his, you know, audience, to the male subscribers, you know, but he's genuinely giving you that invitation to give your own perspective. Unless he's doing that, you don't need to be going up in there caping your own narrative about what black women aren't and what black women should be perceived as. Example, if you are in an interracial relationship and you have a brother that's on there talking about how black women that date outside of their race because they got low self-esteem, why would you go in there trying to bark your point like a puppy, like a poodle? You got to bark your point and prove that you have your own legitimate, justifiable reasons as to why you chose to date outside your race. If he's already pushing that narrative that black, just this is just an example, I'm not saying this is true, that black women who date outside their race lack low self-esteem, what makes you think, if that's already in his title, that is the narrative he's trying to promote, what makes you think that you going up in there talking about, well, I got my reasons for why I dated Tyler, I got my reasons for why I chose Tyler. It had nothing to do with his skin color. It has everything to do with him respecting me and making me feel valuable. Your personal perspective will not change the mindset of a brother who's already trying to push the narrative that you, as a black woman, you have already failed yourself. If that is the narrative that he's trying to promote, you're not going to change that. The last thing he's going to do is have you come in his chat room, or hear you come on his platform and his channel when he's trying to preach to other brothers about women like you who date outside of the race. What makes you think you're going to give him a change of heart because you got to come in the chat room and go toe to toe with him? Well, black men date other women outside their race. Guess what? He's not talking about that. And black women, we always have to, you know, prove a point by bringing up what black men do to prove, to validate what we do. You know, if black men out here marrying women of other races, we want to use that to prove our point. Well, yeah, I'm a black woman and I married a man outside my race, but guess what? Brothers do it all the time. Guess what? He's not talking about that on his platform. His job is not to promote what black men aren't doing and should be doing. His whole narrative is to promote what you aren't doing as a black woman, or what you should be doing as a black woman. So guess what? If in his space that is the narrative that he wishes to promote, then you have no other choice than only to respect that. There is no room to be coming in. You have no authority. You have no right to be going in these man spaces debating unless like I said, unless he extends that open invitation. Most of the time, they're not going to. Or if they do extend that promotion, I mean, they extend you to have that privilege, just know they could be setting you up to make a mockery out of you, because I've seen some guys that will say you can call into the show, or you could come, you're welcome to get on the platform and share your intake. And the moment you're not co-signing with the narrative that he's promoting, he's going to make you like a herd. You will become the mascot of the fuckery that he's trying to promote. He will sit there and tell guys, see how black women think. I let this broad come on the platform. You hear what she's saying? I let this broad call in. You hear what she's saying, because you're not co-signing on the message that he's trying to promote. Now he's going to make you look foolish. And it's sad, but you have some of these guys out here, they just as petty as some of us black women, you know. And you have to be prepared for that. You have to be woman enough to be able to handle it. Me personally, I don't go in male spaces where they promote certain narratives that I know don't set well with me. It is not my job to give these guys a change of heart. He's entitled the way he feels, just like you got some black women. Some black women, you cannot change their mindset on how they feel about black men. You got some black women out there that strongly believe that you are better off dating outside of your race, that dealing with a black man, it is failure to them. And guess what? If that is the narrative that she has adopted, I don't care if a black man comes on her show talking polite, respectable, mannerable. She's not going to change her mindset. And that is what a lot of black women need to understand. We need to stop demanding respect. You know, you cannot demand respect in certain spaces that are overly that are very that are extremely dominated through masculinity. Your difference in opinion is not going to be welcomed there. Don't believe it. Sit in the clouds and pay attention to how other women are talked to when they call into the show. Pay attention to how other women are being addressed when they are on the channel, when they are on the platform. You can learn a lot about some of these guys who really want black women to better themselves so they can love black women, so they can connect with black women. And then you're going to learn brothers who just love to make black women look like failures. No, even if she calls into the show being respectful, he's going to say degrading things like, you can't get a man because you're overweight. You can't get a man because you're too dark skinned. You're not going to get a man because you make too much money. Whatever. You have some of them, they just wait for you to call in just to make a mockery out of you. While you thinking you're calling in because you're going to get a genuine answer, some genuine help, because regardless of how some of these guys out here think, there are some black women who want to learn, who have reached a point to where they are willing to humble themselves and say, you know what, I want to learn from these brothers. But guess what? Some of these guys play on that and they use it to their advantage, to where they are making a mockery out of you when you call in in their show. You are the joker. You are the joker of the live stream. While you think you're calling in and you're going to get a sincere answer, he's basically up there using you as a target to make out of a clown, just so he can entertain the other men in his audience who also don't care for black women. Like I said, I have no issue at all with any of the guys in the black YouTube sector. They have every right to discuss black women in any way, shape, fashion, or form they choose to. You're not going to catch me going into any of the spaces arguing and debating with them. I will have a conversation, but as soon as I feel like he's about to go left, or try to make a clown out of me, even though I'm being respectful. I'm not out talking him. I'm not being rude to any of the other guys in this platform. But I feel as if he's trying to make a mockery out of me, even though I'm trying to talk to him like a grown ass woman to a grown ass man. Then guess what? I'm going to exit the stage gracefully. I'm not going to demand his respect, because the truth is, you have some guys out there, once they have decided that they do not like black women, it don't matter if you are respectful to them or not. I've been in a situation where I've been humble. I didn't get loud. I was polite, but I was used as a mockery to prove to his audience that he was trying to promote a narrative to, that, see, she's a black woman who's not fulfilled, who don't know what she's talking about. She's only calling up here to get attention. She's only calling up here to, get some clout or whatever. And, that was not the case. I wish he would at least take the time to find out before he already went stabbing me with a pitchfork, before he sicked all of his pit bulls on me that was in the chat room. But this is just definitely a point that has to be made, that black women need to stop demanding respect. Go somewhere where you're automatically going to be respected. If you got to demand respect, you are already at a loss. Why some of these sisters in the black YouTube sector are not understanding it? Y'all are going in these spaces to look for acceptance. And the truth is, you're not going to be accepted, depending on what type of guy you're dealing with. No different than, again, you got some sisters out here who already got hatred for black men. So you think the moment a black man approaches her or shares his own ideologies about something, she's going to respect it? No, she's already put up this wall. She has a defense mechanism because she already resents black men from what other black men have done in the past. You have some black men that are like that. You got some black men who have came up rejected from black women, and they automatically got a defense mechanism. And I actually had a guy not too long ago who because I did part one with Red Supreme, and me and him was supposed to be getting together soon. And the show went really, really great. And one of his male subscribers, he said that he was going to only come to my channel specifically to support Red Supreme. That was the only reason he was coming, and no other reason. So he let it be known. He put it out there that I'm only coming to your channel to support Red. Other than that, it got nothing to do with you, but I'm gonna go to support Red. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'm not gonna knock anybody who's supporting Red Supreme or whatever. I got my own subscribers. He has his. So why would I be in my feelings if one or two of his subscribers say they're only going to check out my live stream because he's there? Only thing I can do is respect that. There ain't no, it's all love. Ain't no me trying to be bigger than him or whatever. So I said, okay. So when me and Red Supreme did the show together, it was really great. I was able to collaborate with him. He's a black man that talks with common sense. He can go in, but it's from a passionate place, and you just got to be the type of sister to understand that, or else you can easily get offended. But nevertheless, that's another story. So he was in the chat room the whole time listening to me and Red Supreme talk. And after he saw me and Red Supreme talk, he had got a different perspective, and he reached out to me and he emailed me. And I didn't get a chance to tell Red Supreme this, but I'm gonna definitely talk to him about it when we do part two. And the guy told me he apologized to me. And I thought that was strange. He had apologized to me, and he said the reason he was so mean towards me in the initial beginning was because And he actually sent me a video explaining this to me, and I was in total awe. He said, I've had my share of Black women consistently rejecting me. So because of that, I already held a grudge against you. I was already in my feelings towards you until I saw the show and I heard Red speaking, and it gave me a different perspective that all Black women are not just hateful like that, that it was just a personal issue with me because I've had my share of Black women that used to reject me. And I realized that's why I took it out on you. And I thought that was powerful. It's not too many guys that's gonna go there and say something like that. You feel me? So I'm like, I got to tell Red Supreme about that because this is one of his own guys. So when I say, you have some of these guys out here and some ladies that are learning from the content we do, I thought that was just so totally awesome. And it really did touch me, that just one show he got to see a different side, and he was willing to let his guard down. But you know what? A lot of guys and some of us as Black women are not willing to let our guard down. We have to hold up this defense mechanism, and a lot of it comes from a personal place of pain and rejection. And we hold on to that as a crutch. And what it has done is emotionally handicapped us and blocked our blessings to where we cannot grow, we cannot prosper, and we cannot learn from one another because there's this wall that I'm a Black woman. I don't have to listen to a Black man, or I'm a Black man. I don't have to listen to a Black woman. So I thought that was totally, totally awesome that a Black man was willing to be transparent with me like that. I just really, really, I mean, that just really made my day. I cannot even lie. So big ups to Red Supreme because he had a lot to do with that. And I'm glad that he's not using too much of his influence to just drag Black women. Don't get me wrong. He will keep it real, and he does not. He tells the raw truth, but at the same time, he is balanced with that. And I'm glad for sisters such as myself, that we have guys that understand. It's sisters out here who got genuine intentions. You know what I mean? So, but nevertheless, that's another story for another time. But it just goes to show you, respect will come naturally. Respect will come to you if it's due to you. Respect is earned, not demanded. And it's time for us as Black women. We got to get to a place we need to stop demanding respect. Don't go somewhere where you got to demand it. Go somewhere where it's going to be given to you based on how you carry yourself as a respectable Black woman. Now, you can't be going up in these spaces talking trash, being rude, talking loud, not knowing your place as a woman. And then now you want to demand respect after, you provoke some guys to call you out your name because you want to get all ratchet and loud. Now you want to demand respect. It doesn't go that way. You have to be willing to conduct yourself. And honestly, as Black women, we have to work 20 times harder now because it's a lot of the ratchet sisters that done messed it up for us. So you can't go in certain places. You can't go in certain spaces doing all that extra rah, hood rat, hyena, hiatus. That's not going to work for us. It has done more damage than help. So if you think being a hood rat is damage control, if anything, is making you look like you are out of control. And I don't know what it is, and I'm going to do a topic on that. Where a lot of Black women, we get strength mixed up with ratchetness. It is not the same thing. Just because you act ratchet, that does not mean you are strong. You don't have to be ratchet to be strong. You can still be resilient and strong. You can still be humble and strong at the same time. You don't have to get loud. You don't have to be obnoxious. You don't have to get street gutter ratchet where you're using excessive profanity, um, that doesn't make you strong. If anything, it makes you foolish and it makes you come off as weak. A real woman will contain her dignity and self-control even when she's being challenged, even when she's being called out and disrespected and labeled as something she knows she's not. She's still going to maintain. As Black women, we have to learn how to maintain. All that rah-rah is not helping us. The hood rat shenanigans, the hood rat shenanigans is slowly, to a point, is becoming extinct. We're going into 2021, if God blesses to see it, and it's just not working out in our favor anymore. You can't keep doing the same thing expecting different results. So anyhow, I just thought I needed to do this particular content. Giving my intake on Black women need to stop demanding respect. Stop going places where you got to demand it. Also, stop carrying yourself in a manner to where you have to respect it. Just the vibe that you give off, the spirit that you carry, the grace, the elegance, the class that you carry. If you carry yourself as a woman and not a hood rat, respect is going to come automatically. They're going to know it from the moment, the way you walk, the way you talk, that this is a woman, this is a lady. I'm going to treat her as such. You ain't got to go around screaming, I'm a grown ass woman. I'm a strong woman. Let me tell you, if you got to scream and voice that you are, then you're not. If you are a classy Black woman, you don't have to stress that you are. People will want to treat you as such. You don't have to acknowledge and scream to the rooftop that I'm a strong Black woman. You're a strong Black woman. They're gonna know it by your demeanor, your character, your reputation, your your professionalism, your elegance, and your grace. That's gonna step out automatically. It'll step out automatically to the point you're not going to attract all type of bum ass dudes. You're not going to get any type of guy to just approach you because he's going to know about the spirit and the character that you carry. That no, that's a woman. I can't come at her like that. I can't talk to her like that. I can't approach her like that. Now, you do have a couple of bums that got confidence. They're going to try you regardless of what. But for the most part, a man is going to know a real woman when he sees one. He's going to know to respect that woman automatically without her having to demand it. So, again, ladies, I just want to give my intake on this. Black women need to stop demanding respect. Go places where you're automatically going to receive it. So anyway, leave y'all comment below. Let me know what you think of this. Do you think that Black women, we are placing too many emphasis on respect? Do you think that we set ourselves up for failure just by going to certain places or certain spaces, knowing that when we go in on certain people's territories, that the moment we get out of pocket or the moment they feel like we're going against the narratives they're trying to promote, that we're not setting ourselves up to be verbally attacked. So anyway, leave y'all comment below. Again, I want to thank all of my ladies for subscribing to Mocha's Ladies Lounge. And in the meantime, in between time, make sure you hit the notification bell so next time I do an upload, you will not miss out on my content. So please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Anyway, y'all, it is your diva and knowledge, Lady Mocha. Remember, I'm going to always pour you a cup of truth and break you off a slice of knowledge. Y'all be blessed. Take care.